That's pretty cool. Well, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Freedom to Fight. I'm your host, Anura Mathis, and today we have my good friend Will Jewby on the show. He's my training partner, friend. I'm at Limitless Martial Arts. He has showed me quite a bit in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and wrestling and Muay Thai, really. And here's our conversation about his martial arts journey. I hope you enjoy. Okay. Hi, Will.
Hi.
Thanks for coming over.
Yeah,
and
of course.
talking to me.
Happy to.
So I'm doing a podcast.
Okay.
I'm doing a podcast on MMA and mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to find the easiest way to talk about the two because I feel that they're super integrated.
Absolutely.
But I'm just hoping, as far as a podcast goes, to be super chill. So
Okay.
I guess Joe Rogan is inspiring me to do everything.
Okay.
He's in MMA, podcasting and comedy is next.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fun.
But yeah, the nature of his podcast is chill. They do drugs.
Yep.
They're chill. That's what I want. So,
Okay.
Yeah, so not super casual, but I'll ask you a few questions, and at the end you can ask me a question.
Okay.
And hopefully my puppy won't be too loud, but it's fine.
She might be. She's a little
Rosie.
excited.
So I guess my first question is really just to find out your journey. So
Okay.
what got you into MMA, and what's your journey been like?
So I started working at Hunter Bay Coffee Roasters back in 2018, in October of 2018. And my manager there, of course, was Veronica Carlson.
Mm.
She's an ex-Olympic wrestler. And her husband, Cody Gully, who roasted all the beans, he was an ex-MMA fighter. Well, I guess I shouldn't say ex for either of them because they're not
Yeah.
retired. But I started working there and quickly, became friends with the both of them. And it took a while. I kind of resisted going in to try it out because I didn't want to be a meathead. I was like, no, that's for other people. But November of 2019, I was, just looking for things to try out. I was feeling a little down and blue, and so I gave jiu-jitsu a shot, and I loved it. And then I would go every day for a couple months until the pandemic hit in 2020, and that kind of took me out of it. But
Did you start at Limitless?
no, I started at Easton Training Center
I'm
down in
sorry.
Nevada. No,
Okay.
that's fine. Which is a nice place. They're a lot more community focused. So the training isn't as rigorous and I guess I shouldn't say that. I think they kind of pick people who have potential or who have drive, and they try to kind of fast track those people. So they have a few that are pretty good, but as far as general, everybody, it's not the same training, I don't think. But they do a lot to make it a really nice, welcoming atmosphere, and so they're good at it. They do. But they're a big company, so pandemic hit, they had to shut down. And I went back to working at the coffee shop, and I met Ali there because he was packaging at the time. And he was like, yeah, come on in, give it a try. I'd love to have you by. And so April or May of 2020, I started training at Limitless. And then it's been 2 years since.
Yeah. Wow.
So
So It just happened that you just were around these people.
Yeah, it wasn't planned at all. There was actually another pro fighter, a guy, Rakan, who's this, tiny little guy who had just so much energy and so much power. But being surrounded by fighters, eventually I decided to give it a shot. And I'm very glad that I did. It's taught me a lot about the world and a lot about myself too. A lot of interesting things that I definitely didn't know before. But,
please share, or whatever you want to share.
I guess I don't know how to phrase it. Maybe I'm very angry. I'm a very angry person.
Okay.
And at least in jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai, I can kind of be angry instead of trying to kind of keep it down or stay peaceful or, becoming depressed because I don't address it. I kind of have that outlet to just go and just, kind of get everything out. Oh, it's okay.
I have to get this right.
That's fine.
She got the other tray. Okay, go.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Where was I?
You were talking about anger.
Anger, yeah. Yeah, which it kind of made a lot of sense to figure that out, because I was very angry growing up. Super, just fits of rage. And then I think at a certain point I kind of learned, of course, anybody who's angry will learn that that's not acceptable socially. And so you need to do something in order to deal with it. Do you want me to?
She wants to play with you.
Yeah.
Like anger? What? It's in her mouth.
Oh yeah.
Can you just drop it, Rosie? Rosie.
So I think I kind of learned to deal with it by, I don't know, by not dealing with it and just, I don't know. I think that they've led to a lot of depression in my life, because of unacknowledged anger. And so there's been times training where, I'll get caught in maybe an arm bar or a kimura or something, and these huge emotions will come up, and I'm like, fuck it, you can have the arm, you can take it, I don't need this. Do whatever you want. Fuck you. So, I'm trying to work myself back from that a little bit right now in martial arts, because I had an injury that I'm still kind of dealing with and rehabbing, and it was just because, I didn't tap to something, and it was a kimura, and there wasn't any kind of like pop or anything. It just kind of did a little damage to the shoulder joint, and so sometimes it will pop out a little bit, but it's my own fault for being in a safe training atmosphere and treating it like the only thing that matters. Like I can't fucking tap, I can't do this, I have to win. So
just the way that you approached it, dealt with it, is the result of an injury. It resulted in an injury.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. Injuries happen in the sport. I'm sure I'm not the first person that got injured because of the ego or.
I mean, I'm looking at you because this is what happened to me. Like that's how that's what happened to me. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't training with Coach Mark. I didn't use my pads correctly, and I was already not treating my chronic injury before with my wrists, and so he kicked me because we were training, you know. But he kicked me right here along my forearm, and I feel like I feel like it took maybe 2 to 3 weeks for the bruising to go away. Oh yeah. So just now the inflammation and what it's aggravated. But that was my ego. Yeah. That was me saying let's go real hard, because he had a fight. I just was excited about it. But also I have to use my safety precautions so that so I can keep using my body.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
There's definitely some technique to it, to keeping yourself healthy and safe and functional while doing this thing that is trying to, hurt you and cause you pain and, make you unable to function correctly. So yeah, there's definitely an art to it.
I'm glad that I'm talking to you. It's great that I've found this similarity already. But so let me ask you, what would you say is your biggest regret in your martial arts journey?
Biggest regret.
And this could be...
Might be that one. It might be getting injured. If I had a few more... I was doing really good. I was coming in every day. January and February, I think I had 2 months straight where I only took one class off. And then I went out of town to spend Valentine's Day with my girlfriend, because she was out of town. We were in a long distance relationship. And then I missed 2 days, and it seemed like my whole momentum just kind of fell apart. So and that was something that was hard as hell to keep going and to keep doing that, but it was also satisfying every day to know that I'm pushing myself to this point and I can do this and I can learn and I'm getting better. And so I wish I had stuck with that a little more. Bums me out a little bit that I fell out of that habit, but and also made me recognize that you really can take, I don't know, when you put that into the universe that you're not doing this, that you're committed but not, a little iffy, all of a sudden things start coming into your life. Things started coming into my life where I would be a little iffy for them too, I can't think of specific instances, but this happened on this day. Okay, well, that's important. I should go home and take care of that. Which it's definitely a balance, but to have the balance in favor of performance and betterment and all that was was actually healthy for my mind, body, and my spirit. And so I liked that a little bit, but it was also a learning moment. So anytime I kind of feel that zeal, that urge, or that passion, I can definitely drop back in, get into that zone. So.
That was going to be my next question. Is how did you get into that flow? How did you?
I definitely accepted that some days I'd come in and I wouldn't be 100%, and I would give what I had to give. But if there was a day where I phoned it in, it's better to phone it in than to not show up. So I just really, I had my work schedule figured out, and I just kind of brute forced my way through it. And after a couple weeks of being in pain and being sore and having worked 10-hour days, it just became normal to go to the gym. Of course, that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I've done. and because it's making me feel good, even though it's making me feel bad.
Right. Yes.
So.
This is good to know, because I'm trying to figure out how I should approach this, and you've done this longer than me. So.
Well, and I don't know. I had a few conversations during that time, also. One with Coach Mark, where he said it's really easy to let this dominate your life and let it become your only thing. And it's very important to keep your priorities, your desires kind of set straight, to find a balance that works for you, because there were times where I wasn't hanging out with my friends, I wasn't hanging out with my family, and I wasn't doing this and that, which was okay. But if I could figure out how to, spend a little more time with my loved ones, spend a little more time kind of maybe preparing my food and eating a little healthier, or meditating, being a little less go all the time. I might have been a little more happy, or a little more without. I don't know. I can't say, because it was fine the way that I was doing it, to just force myself to go every day. So.
And during that time that you're going every day, no injury?
I think that's when I got the shoulder injury that I'm still kind of dealing with.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just because it was actually somebody who was much newer, and they got a move that was kind of grasping at straws, something that I wouldn't go for, especially now that I know the counter, because I told coaches about it. But they went for it, and I was just so mad that they got this stupid fucking move. I was like, no, this is dumb. I'm not going to tap to this. And I didn't, and I really should have. It's just something that, a beginner's brain is like, okay, well, I'll, fuck it. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll try this from here. And me being a slightly more experienced beginner was like, no, you can't do it this way. You're not supposed to do that. And obviously I was wrong. So.
But see, it seems like that's the cause of the injury, instead of you going on a regular basis.
No, it was definitely the ego and the anger. It wasn't the go. There were like small injuries, like my knees would hurt 4 days out of the week. Like an old man, I would squat down at work to grab something and be like, oh, and my 50-year-old boss would be making fun of me for sounding worse than him. But I didn't really get any significant injuries other than that one from being kind of dumb. But
so I talked to Coach Rachel about this recently. There's so many classes I want to go to, and getting into wrestling, I'm like, now I want to go every day. And maybe I can push myself to that and not get hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our bodies are different, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to segue into the next question.
Okay.
What's your biggest achievement? But before I ask or get into that, are you competing? Are you fighting?
I did 2 competitions, and I would like to continue to compete, but I've fallen out of where I'd like to be or what I'd like to be doing in order to be competitive. So I do fully intend to come back and get after it again, but right now I'm kind of letting it chill a little bit and focusing on some other areas of my life. I started a certificate course to try and find a bit of a better job, and then I'm traveling Europe this summer, so I'd like to maybe find a gym or two and drop in and get some training abroad. But
really cool.
It would be really cool. I don't know how they do it, or if they're gonna let some dumb American come in and train, but it's worth asking.
I think that they're super open about it too.
Hopefully.
I'm gonna look into that
Yeah.
because that's a good idea. So, what would you say is your biggest achievement through, whether it's competing or just your journey in general?
I would say that the biggest achievement, I have a bronze medal, which was good because I went to the competition when I wasn't. It was another instance where I wasn't putting the work in that I wanted to put in, but I went anyway, and I ended up getting a bronze medal, and so that's probably my best objective achievement. But just, to show myself for those 2 months that I can do this every day and I can work hard and I can persevere and I can, I'm strong enough to will myself to go and then to focus when I'm there. And that's been the most effective achievement. That's been the thing that kind of changed my mentality the most. Because, a bronze medal is a bronze medal. Okay, I did this and that, and then the guy actually got a takedown and he took me out. Okay, oh well, I'll get the next one. But that was something that was, it was an understanding about myself. So, probably one of the two.
I think that's what I'm gaining from this kind of realm of things. It's really the connections that you make with people and yourself, and the experience, these personal achievements that you're making, whether it's in the form of a medal or just a goal that you had.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people that are maybe interested in martial arts, whether it's Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu, Rosie, come on, we're so close. She's like, I really gotta play.
Yeah.
So let me ask the question again. Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
What advice do you have for people that are wanting to get into martial arts, whatever that is? And I guess to the layman's person, so someone that doesn't have any knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah, I would just say try it. Give it a shot. You're not going to get hurt if you go somewhere safe. So maybe do some research. Maybe look up a Google review or something. Most places are safe. But give it a shot. It's the biggest thing is anxiety. The biggest thing with starting anything is starting the biggest difficulty. So I would just go out and do it. You learn some interesting stuff. You get out and you have some fun doing it. So it's valuable experience.
That's how I got started. I literally Googled it.
Nice. Okay.
and I was like, okay, I'll do some research. So I called Ali, and he was like, okay, I'll go in, because he said I can just try a class. So then I didn't look any further. Oh no, Rosie.
That's okay.
She wants you to throw it.
Too close.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well, for the rest of the time, you can just ask me stuff. You can ask me one question or questions.
You just got started off of a Google?
Seriously.
What interested you in MMA?
I really don't know. This connection is so strange because I'm such a nonviolent person, and I wanted to have some self-defense though.
Absolutely.
And I've taken self-defense classes before in Texas, but they didn't prepare me. I'm a mental health professional, and I've been trained in other ways. If a client or a patient is trying to attack you, what do you do? Well, year after year after year, we're taking these trainings, and they don't, like, nobody remembers the year before what to do. Like, it's not practical information, and people get seriously hurt, you know. So if I'm going to do this, I need to have some skills, and in everyday life. I'm a Black woman. Like, I probably need to have some skills.
Absolutely.
But I told Cody this. I was trying to find a place to teach me how to do a backflip.
Oh, yeah?
And that's not what we do there.
Not quite.
I'm still looking for a place. But it's just funny that I wasn't looking for what I got at all. But I got sucked in so quick, just like you.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. Could I ask what they teach you in the mental health preparation classes?
Like, if a client grabs your hair, if they're trying to choke you, you know, those types of things. But I don't know. Go ahead.
Is it like related to anything that we do? Do you see any like
There's some similarities, like clenching knuckles to get someone's hand off. Like, sure, but like, it's just not. It's not practical because we're practicing it once every 3 months, maybe once every 6 months.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's not in real time. Like, that's the other aspect. We're fighting each other. I get to fight you. It's great because it's real life, you know. Like, maybe if we didn't meet this way and you're a different person, you would want to fight me, you know. And I should know how to.
Don't
right?
worry about it. Yeah.
I need to know how to defend myself. So having that, I wanted to get into shape, and I don't know, like, it just kind of happened.
Yeah. Kind of ticks all the boxes. Well, that's awesome. So I know this podcast is kind of about mental health and martial arts. So as a mental health professional, what do you kind of see people getting out of martial arts?
Okay, so the other reason why
Oh, jeez. My bad.
Oh, good.
That was me.
The other reason why I looked into martial arts is because I've done a lot of research on trauma. I'm a trauma therapist, like trauma focused.
Okay.
And I know from science that martial arts will heal trauma. So, after losing tons of people and going through a lot of trauma in my life, I wanted to, I guess that's my mentality is, I don't want to take someone's word for it. I want to try it. So what I got out of it, self-confidence, you know, being connected with people in a way that, and being connected with people that I didn't think I would relate to because I'm so nonviolent. But I realized that's really what helped me heal, was being connected with people I didn't know I had so much in common with, but accepting parts of myself that I didn't accept before, my shadow self, you know, that this shadow work of it's okay to be violent sometimes, you know, it's okay to I don't know, use your voice.
Absolutely, yeah.
And not only is it okay, but it's like, it's a very loving thing to do for someone, is to show up and fight them. You know, it's to show up for them is a very loving thing. And I didn't think I would find that in MMA, but there's a lot of love there.
There is a lot of love, actually. I know, you know, I've seen some of the new guys come up and get good at something, and it's, you know, it's exciting when somebody can do something well, when somebody gets a move off. You know, of course, you have to beat him the next 2 times just to show him who's boss. But, you know, there's a bit of pride and excitement for somebody else who's on the same journey, you know.
It's a team. It feels like a family.
Yeah.
And I said that to Cody before because it's like those dynamics come out. Like someone being a father or a brother or what, like I can see all of that at least. That's such an interesting thing. Just getting a group of people together. They'll act like a family, eventually, good and bad.
Huh. Now let's like keep an eye out.
I'll point out the things that I notice if you'd like. But,
okay.
You can ask me any more questions, or we can end here.
Any more questions? Well, I'm enjoying the podcast, but I didn't come with questions.
It's okay.
Do you have any more questions for me, by any chance?
Let's see. I think that do you have any advice for me?
Oh.
Like specifically?
Advice for you specifically? That is a good question. I'd have to think about roles, and I don't know. I don't think I've sparred with you ever.
Mm-hmm.
But in rolling, I would say try things. So, have a move or two that you're kind of comfortable with, that you're familiar with, and just go for it. And commit to it, and if it doesn't work, that's okay. It's the process of learning. What else would I say? Yeah, I'm also a white belt, so the advice I might give might not be the right advice, but also be a little stubborn. If somebody is starting to get a move, do whatever you can to kind of shut that down and keep them awake. Maybe be a little more angry, maybe not angry, but a little more
assertive. Sure,
yes.
Yeah.
And aggressive, assertive or aggressive, both ways, to kind of find that happy medium. But you're doing really well. I can't think of our last trouble, but
You're not just a white belt. You've got a few stripes, right?
Yeah, so I'm a 4-stripe white belt. So
right.
I'm almost
So you're
a blue belt.
right.
But I don't know. I don't really like the gi very much. I prefer no gi.
Okay.
A good one. But there's no belts in no gi. Well, I like it better because my wrestling applies.
Mm-hmm.
In gi, it's a lot murkier because they can shut down a whole set of moves just with a grip on your gi. It's also a little more practical because people don't walk around in gis. So
Be cool if they did.
yeah, it would be interesting. Different time, different world. But any of the moves you learn in no-gi are going to apply to anybody on the street, and they're also going to apply in MMA. So if you actually go and do a fight, you're not going to go and fight in a gi. You're going to fight no-gi,
Right.
and then you can use all of your moves. And it's also it's a lot more dynamic, because things with the gi really pin you down. Gi grips and collars and a lot of that stuff are just more ways to stop your movement or your motion at my 4-stripe white belt level. This was my understanding of it. But in no-gi, you can really can move fast, and you can squirm out of a lot of stuff that you couldn't in gi, which lends to me because I can't remember what Ali called me for, jerky or twitchy. He said I was twitchy, so no-gi lends to me a little better because I kind of
Okay. Huh.
I don't know what he means, but
Probably because you're so tall. Your legs. Yeah.
It's okay. I'll take twitchy. It doesn't bother me that much. So.
Okay. So, yeah, that's decent advice. You're saying to learn something and practice it. In class.
I would say just take one move, and of course be present and be focused. Start to kind of compartmentalize concepts, but take one move and really commit to that. And when you're rolling, kind of keep that in the back of your head. Where can I hit this from? How can I get to this? And just kind of get confident in a certain thing. And of course, it'll start off, in my experience, it starts off well. You'll get it once or twice, and then you will fail 30 times after that, which makes it much harder to keep going. But then it'll start to work a little more consistently, and it's kind of this back and forth where people learn how to shut down their moves, and then you learn how to still perform them, and then they learn how to shut them down again, and that's just, you getting better at the sport.
Yeah.
And then I said compartmentalizing moves or compartmentalizing concepts. And Professor Robert down in Arvada BJJ does a really good job of getting it foundational concepts. But just kind of the simplicity of it and how it all ties together. Maybe an underhook here means that I can go around and take the back, or having somebody's knees from standing means I can get a takedown, but from the knees it means I can still sweep them, or it means blah, blah, blah. But just kind of seeing kind of how things relate maybe in different positions or with different situations, which is not easy, but that's helped me a lot to kind of, we're doing this back maintenance move, but the way that you set it up is with one hook from a tripod, so you can hit this at a half guard, and I can take anybody from half guard and I can put them, I can get on their back, even though he's not teaching it that way. And so trying to maybe make your own conclusions or test your own theories and having them on fun with it, that's definitely a good thing to help you progress.
Yeah. I think that's probably what makes it super creative too. That it's not just what people are teaching you, it's what you get to teach yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's so interesting to watch. Of course, in any sport, it's interesting to watch the best, but it looks like everything they're doing is so simple. He's only, I could be where he is in 2 months or something, but there's so much that goes into so many little things. Got it, these things. It's just about realizing kind of the important parts, the parts that are important to you and your game.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm going to work on then.
Perfect.
Thanks for the advice.
Tell me how it goes.
Yeah, maybe you'll see it.
Right?
Okay, well, that's all my questions.
Great. Well, I had an awesome time.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, me too.
On the podcast.
Okay, so we can wrap here. Okay. That was an interview with my good friend Will Jewby. He is such a great influence. He's also very tall, so I challenged to fight him, but I learned so much from that advantage that he has. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you keep tuning in. Thanks. Bye for now.